by Peter Stringfellow to education.
Fantastic. I love coming here. This is not my first time. I first came here in 1984 or something, I'm not sure. Every so often somebody goes mad and invites me. I go, yeah, here I go, it's great, I love it. You are fantastic. You're bloody dangerous, but you're fantastic. How are you signing? But I know if you were in power, I'd be dead, right?
A bad thing?
But I do like what you say, and you're young. Now that sounds patronising, I know. Whatever I say, I'm not going to patronise anyone, but it may sound it occasionally. But I'm not patronising, but you've got real power in there, and I'd like to see you redirect that somewhat. Not have to be capitalism, but not the route you're going down at the present moment. I have a couple of apologies. One, I feel terribly embarrassed I'm not carrying the poppy. I have one at home, I rushed this outfit on, forgot the bloody poppy. I'm very sorry. Don't think I've got a reason for not wearing it. I put it on my head over there if you want, I don't mind. I wear it. The other apology is I left during, I think it was, your chance, it's just gone. So I didn't need an apology, I went to the loo. Sorry about that, folks. When you get to my age, you gotta go, you gotta go. Right, that's a good thing. This year's my 68th year. Where the hell did that come from? I'm only one of you. I'm just a kid like you are. I don't know where I got old all of a sudden. But it happens, doesn't it, you know? Bloody horrible as well, isn't it? It's not fun. Anyway, back to mangoes. I see this as a serious point. Number one, I like mangoes. I actually was thinking about mangoes a couple of weeks ago because I was in Barbados. Went to Barbados and they have mango trees. And they're full of bloody mangoes. And they fall on the floor. But you can't buy any anywhere. You can buy coconuts. They're all selling you coconuts. But you don't buy mangoes. The only thing is the monkeys eat the mangoes. Nobody bears. So what is that? I'm asking you, I'm not telling you. What does that mean? It means that somebody over there is thinking that we're not going to pick these mangoes up because nobody wants to buy them. But we'll get the coconuts because the tourists love the coconuts. There might be something there. Write that down, will you, for the next time. Remind me I said that. Let's go on a little thing here. One of the things I can tell you is this. I don't know anything about capitalism. I know nothing about communism. I think I'm a conservative. I'm not sure. I think I am. I should be a socialist, or as it used to be when I came from, Labour. You know, I came from Sheffield, and let me just tell you, working class is where I am. People use the word working class. Well, there's not much of a one flying around these days. But when I was a kid, my father was working class, and his father before him was a slave. We call them the working class, but they were slaves. So, you know, I have something with you. But we've moved on by our society, which I understand is capitalism based. We're based on capitalism. I'm happy with that, because it's made me rich. So I've got to be, I suppose, a capitalist. When I was in Sheffield, and everybody was laid back, nobody told me that you could own your own house. Nobody told me that you could have a mortgage. I think I was 30 before I worked that one out. You won't believe that one, do you? Think, God, you must have been big. Well, yeah, I was big, but it took me a while to get my act together, right? But what they did, they gave you a council house. Now, you know, a council house in that era, that time, was something really special. I remember my mum and dad moving into one. It was like a gift from God. And it was lovely, and my old man went out and did his little garden, and Mum used to love her cook. We didn't have one before. Are you ready to have a bit of crying about how I started? We had coal, and during the winter, when there was no coal, man coming up the street, we were freezing. But the point is, everybody else was the same around me. I wasn't a one-off. I didn't know we were poor. And that's a big thing here. You all now know what is poor, what isn't, what's money and what isn't. And you know you can get it, and some can and some can't. You know that. Well, I didn't know that in Sheffield when I say early 50s. I left school at 15. It was a pretty good school. It was a technical school. And they had about 300 males there. There were no females. And out of 300, I was at the absolute bottom. I think I was 300th, or something like that. And actually walked out because there was nothing I could do. I don't know if what am I? Am I smart, but not clever? Or am I clever, but not smart? I think I'm not clever, I think I'm smart. I'm kind of street smart now, because I've made it from nothing, and I've made all the mistakes. One of my colleagues was saying there that capitalism accepts, I wrote a few things, accepts failure. Well, yes, it does. Now, let me tell you about failure. Some of you younger ones here have probably found death of failure at some level. Failure in your exams, maybe. Failure in your private lives. Failure in your love life. Failure in your sex life. We'll talk about that later. But one thing I've learned about failure is you've got to have it. Because without it, you don't know how good success is. You don't know how fantastic being successful is until you've tasted failure. And that's what capitalism, as I understand it, means. You're allowed to fail and you're allowed to succeed. And if you succeed, you're allowed the fruits of your success.
Point of information.
No, there's no point with me. Two things. Number one, I'm half deaf, so I'll never hear you. And if you hustle me up there, I can't hear that either, so it's pointless. And anyway, you're too smart for me, so you sit there. I'll let you have a go just before I finish. Is that fair? All right. Yeah, I said no. Now you've put me off now. I was on a good floor there. So let's pick it up about what it means to me. Because I'm willing to talk about me. I'm not like the professor who's very clever and has got views on left and right and he likes the middle. Well, I'm not particularly too happy with the middle ground unless I want to be there. Success means to me to be able to do what I want, earn enough money to do the things and buy the things I want in life and to look after the people I love and hopefully not to harm anybody. Now that to me is success. But if you want to stop me from doing something in life, I won't like that. I may not want to do it, but you mustn't stop me from doing it. I'm not talking murder and rape and legal stuff. I'm talking in life. You've got to keep that door open to allow me to go through that door to pursue my success and the pleasure of my life for the short time we're here. You close that door and I want to kick it in. You don't want to go through it, but don't close it. And that's how I see communism. It closes a door to you. But socialism, because it tries so hard to be good to you, says, I will open the door for you. Don't you open it. I'll open it for you. Have a look. Now, sit down and behave yourself.